wrestling community, AEW, is having Sting's last match at Revolution this Sunday from Greensboro, North Carolina. So, in honor of the Icon and Sting, we're going to do our first AEW PLE pay-per-view, whatever they call them, prediction videos. We have grew up watching Sting. We were fans of Sting through the end of WCW. His TNA run as Joker Sting, Beach Sting, Wolfpack Sting, the Sting we've seen in WWE and on AEW. So with that being said, thank you to the Icon, Sting himself, for everything he has done for the wrestling community. So we're going to jump straight into this. There's a 9-match card that Tony Khan has put together. It consists of several title matches and a future title match shot. So, AEW Revolution, Sting's last match. That's what this has been built on since it was announced. Of course, as you see there in the background, you got Beach Sting, Joker Sting, Wolfpack Stings on there. The one you really don't see is the Sting from, I don't think it could have been used in this little promo for AEW, but either way, we know Sting was there for a short stint through Survivor Series all the way through WrestleMania. We're going to give you a match card breakdown and predictions. First, you got FTR going up against the Blackpool Combat Club, which is Claudio and Jon Moxley. Claudio and Moxley have been dominant both on AEW since they came over. FTR has been dominant as well. This looks to be a normal tag team style match. Nothing else has been confirmed on that. I'm actually going to say that FTR can kind of get back on a winning streak and possibly upset Mox and Claudio. There was a meat match that was supposed to happen, but it got canceled due to some injuries. So Tony Khan has put together an all-star 8-man scramble. The current participants is Jericho, Powerhouse, Lance Archer, Hook, Wardlow, and Brian Cage, with 2 participants that will be either announced on Collision or at the pay-per-view itself. I'm not sure what an 8-man scramble is. I can only imagine it's a fatal 4-way but doubled. So, it's going to be very interesting here. It's going to be good to see Jericho in this. Hook, he's also a champion, so he's going to be in there. So, you could possibly see whoever wins gets a chance at a future AEW World Championship. So, I don't know if Jericho will come out victorious here. You might see Wardlow get a push, because I know he had a segment where he had all this momentum and now he's lost it. Depends on who the other 2 participants are that are added. At the time of recording this, we could predict on our side that we could see Wardlow coming out and winning this. They go up against Joe or whoever is the winner of the AEW World Championship match. The TNT Championship match between Christian Cage and Daniel Garcia. I do not believe that Christian Cage will be dropping this one to Daniel Garcia, at least not yet, unless we see some crazy interference that would cause otherwise. I do believe Christian has taken out Adam Copeland or Edge with a double concerto 2 weeks ago, so I don't think he's going to make a big impact in this match. Yet again, I could be wrong, and we could be very surprised at a quick return and him cost Christian the title to Garcia, but I am going to go with Christian Cage as long as there's no outside interferences. You got the debut of Will Ospreay at AEW Revolution going up against Konosuke Takashi, and if I did pronounce that wrong, I do apologize. I think with this being Will Ospreay's first live event for AEW, I have yet to truly see him in ring action. I've heard great things about him. There was a lot of people wanting him to come to the WWE. I'm going to say Will Ospreay does take this one at Revolution. The Continental Crown Champion, Eddie Kingston, will be defending against Daniel Bryanson. And the rules for this one is it's an AEW Continental Crown Championship match. Plus, if Daniel Bryanson loses, he will have to shake the hand of Eddie Kingston. Now, these two have had a lot of issues going back and forth throughout this. Danielson doesn't believe Eddie Kingston is on wrestling level, and we know Kingston is a hothead on the mic. So this is a very heated rivalry between these two. I'm going to say that Kingston will actually upset Bryan and win not just the title match, but also will have to make Daniel Bryan shake his hand at the end of it. Orange Cassidy defends his AEW International Championship against Roderick Strong. Roderick Strong has also came over to the AEW show. And I think it's time to see Roderick with a title on AEW. I think Orange Cassidy could go on and do other things, kind of maybe compete for the AEW TNT or the Continental Crown Championship. So give me Roderick Strong to win a AEW title Sunday. You have timeless Toni Storm, women's champion, going up against Deonna Purrazzo. I do not believe that Toni Storm will be victorious here and keep the AEW Women's World Championship. I'm going to say Deonna does take this from her. You have the Men's World Heavyweight Championship match. Hangman Adam Page, Samoa Joe, and Swerve Strickland. This will more than likely be what they call the main event, but that's not what everyone is going to Greensboro to see. Samoa Joe has been very dominant since beating JF for the title. I don't think that Hangman Adam Page will take it from him. I think Swerve is going to give him his biggest fight throughout this whole match. We have seen Swerve and Hangman Page get very violent with each other, and I think that's what we're going to see again tonight. I'm going to say Samoa Joe does walk out as your champion, but I think we might see a return of possibly MJF or Adam Cole may be healed enough to confront Joe and try to get him a title shot himself. Now, with all that being said, the true main event of AEW Revolution, Sting and Darby Allin versus Matthew and Nicholas Jackson for the AEW World Tag Team Champions. They gave Sting and Darby the Tag Team Championship, which is okay, 100% fine. My only concern with this is you cannot have Sting have the titles and then lose on his last match. If they lose on the last match, I don't think anybody who watches the show or that will be there live in attendance will be okay with that. So what you have to do, in my opinion, and what I think would be best for business, Mr. Khan, is you have Darby and Sting win the titles. And then as the show ends, Sting puts the title in the middle of the ring because it's his last match. He will no longer be defending it. He relinquishes it basically. And then Darby either finds a filler tag team partner or they start with a contest next week on AEW for the tag team titles. You do not have Sting come all this way just to lose the titles at AEW Revolution. Because that will not only, it won't hurt his career, but it's not a good way for Sting to go out. So with that being said, everybody, Sting and Darby Allin win against Matthew and Nicholas Jackson at AEW Revolution. Fireworks go off, pyros go off, Sting goes out in a blaze of glory there with Ric Flair and anyone else who's in attendance and at AEW. That is our match predictions and of the AEW Revolution pay-per-view. As always, wrestling fans, let us know how y'all feel about the pay-per-view and if anything will go different in your opinion. And as always, we will be live this evening with our live watch-alongs. Until then, we'll see you there.